Hello everybody, welcome to tutorial 7. In this tutorial we'll be covering deleting directories and directory branches and touch on some of the issues you may encounter. So, as I mentioned in the earlier tutorial, deleting directories is pretty easy. You just find a directory you want to delete, press the enter key to log that directory, and then press the D key to delete that directory. And I'm just going to press yes, and there we go. That directory is now deleted. Now a more complicated example is if we have a directory branch. So if I try and delete this directory now, I get an error message which says the subdirectory branch is not fully logged. That's fine. We can log that directory by just pressing the star key. So I'll just press escape, and now I press the star key, and now that entire directory branch is logged. So now I can proceed to delete it. So again, I press the D key, and I press yes, and there. That's a directory branch that's been deleted. Now the next example is a directory branch, and now I press star to log the entire branch, and now again I want to delete it. So I press the D key, and this time I get a different error message, and this error message says that this directory branch contains a file that may be read-only, or there may be a system file or a file that's hidden. Now, normally this is just a safety measure. A file that's marked as a read-only file or a system file is usually a file you don't want to delete. So let's find out which of these files has the issue. So we'll just press escape, and then we press the B key to enter the branch scope. And now what we can do, there's not that many files here, so we can actually see which files have the read-only attribute. But if there was a lot more files, what we can use is the Alt tag feature. So if we hold down the Alt key and press the T key, we get the tag all files matching a particular attributes. In this case, we want all to tag files that have either the read-only, system, or hidden attribute file attributes. So to select that, we press the plus key and the R for read-only attribute. We press the plus key and S for the system file attribute, and we press the plus key and the H for any hidden files. And all this means is that any files that have either the read-only, the system, or the hidden attribute will be tagged. So if we hit enter, we find that there's two files that have either a read-only, system, or hidden attribute, and those are the two files. Again, this is a very simple example, but if there was a lot more files, what we can do is hold down the control key and press F4 to show only the tagged files. So now this reduces the list to only the files that are tagged. So we only can see the files that have the tag status. So again, it's just these two files, and we can see down here that they have the read attribute, the read-only attribute. So these are the two files that are preventing us from deleting this particular branch. So now to clear the attributes, we can press Control and A tag the attributes, set tagged attributes, and in this case we want to remove the read-only attribute. So we'll press the minus key and the R key, and this basically removes the read-only attribute from all the tagged files. And likewise, if we wanted to remove any system attributes, we would have done a minus and an S, and for hidden attributes, a minus and an H. In this case, we just want to clear the read-only attribute, so it's just minus an R. And if we hit enter, there. So those two files have now had the read-only attribute removed from them. So now we can press escape, and we can try deleting that branch again now. And this time we don't get any errors, so it's all good to delete. And we press Y for yes, and there. So that's a directory that had read-only files in it, and we've deleted that. And the final thing that I'm going to cover is the control P function. P for prune, like prune directory. And what this does is it deletes empty directories. So if we hold down Control and P, so now we can prune empty directories, and this is useful if you've done a bulk delete or bulk move on a branch, and you may have lots of folders that now have empty, that are empty, that don't have any files in them, and this is just a way of cleaning them up, so that you trimmed your folder structure. So if I press Y for yes, that one directory that had empty files, that didn't have any files, has now been pruned from the folder structure. And that's it. So that's a more in-depth look at deleting directories and directory branches.